Hi, friends. This is Pastor Harley from Broadway Church. I entitled this devotion, The Theology of a Fool, because we have a fool and he's doing theology, and it's in Matthew chapter 14, 1 through 5. It says, "At that time, Herod the Tetrarch heard about the fame of Jesus, and he said to his servants, 'This is John the Baptist. He has been raised from the dead, and that is why these miraculous powers are at work in him.' Now Herod had a guilty conscience. He had seen to it that John the Baptist, great prophet, and the one who proclaimed the coming of the Messiah Jesus, Herod had made sure that John was shut up in his prison and eventually killed. So John the Baptist is on his mind. But it is interesting, in Matthew chapter 14, we find Herod being a theologian, saying what is going on in this world, particularly in terms of how does heaven, how do the powers of the Creator, how are these at work in the world? And he says, well, I'll tell you what, we've got Jesus out there, and he's famous for his miracles and his teaching, and it's John the Baptist raised from the dead. How does Herod know any of that? Do you understand we have a lot of foolishness go on? It is easy, even when one admits that there's a spiritual dimension to life, to become very confused, to think about ghosts and people who are dead constantly talking to folks, to understand, to imagine that there's healing powers in some kind of crystals, to say to yourself, something like, well, everybody kind of has to make up for themselves what is right and what is wrong, which is something that never happened. We're constantly working with the authorities that are given us to decide what is moral behavior, what is upright, what is prudent. And we're making so many conscious choices. If the task is only to make up for ourselves what's right and what's wrong, we can stop looking right now. But the human heart pursues truth, pursues what is right. And it is something to at least see Herod, a king, not as good a king, not even as capable a king as his rather wicked grandfather, Herod the Great. But this Herod, pretty much a fool, in the hands of the powers that are greater than he, knowing that there's a miracle worker out there whom crowds are loving. He's threatened, but he's also foolish. We cannot expect that we'll come to a crisis and our best thoughts and our most intelligence will come out. Sometimes what might come out of our mouth is foolishness. We need to seek God's forgiveness and help to support us in our weakness, but also we need to seek the wisdom of God to be at work in our hearts. Do so today. Amen.